Have you ever walked into a room full of people wanted to start a conversation but froze up? Or maybe you have been in the middle of a chat and suddenly ran out of things to say. Trust me, you are not alone. Most people struggle with communication at some point. But what if I told you that in just a few minutes you could learn 3 proven secrets to talk to anyone with confidence? Keep the conversation flowing effortlessly and make people instantly drawn to you. By the end of this video you will know how to spark conversations that never feel awkward. How to listen in a way that makes people feel deeply connected to you. And how to project authority with confident body language even if you have been shy your entire life. So grab a seat because this is about to change the way you connect with people forever. Here is the truth. Communication is not just a nice-to-have skill. It is the foundation of success in almost every area of life. Whether you are trying to network, ace a job interview, make new friends, or even build a relationship, how you communicate can make or break the outcome. The good news is that confidence in communication is not something you are either born with or not. It is a skill. And like any skill, you can learn it, practice it, and master it. The first secret is what I call the flow formula. You know that feeling when you are talking with someone and everything just clicks. The conversation keeps rolling, there are no awkward silences, and you both leave feeling energized. That is conversation flow, and it is not luck. It is a formula you can create on demand. The formula is simple: ask, expand, relate. Instead of dead-end questions like "Do you like your job?" ask open-ended ones like "What is the most interesting part of your job?" Open-ended questions invite stories, not yes or no answers. Once they answer, expand on it by asking follow-ups or pointing out something specific. If they say "I love traveling for work," you might say, "That is awesome. What is the coolest place you have been for work?" And then you relate it back to yourself. Maybe you have traveled too. Share a quick story. This turns the interaction into a natural back and forth instead of a boring Q&A. Here is a simple example. Imagine someone tells you, "I just started learning photography." You could reply, "Nice, what made you get into it?" They might say, "I just love capturing moments." You respond with, "That is awesome. What kind of moments do you enjoy capturing most?" They answer, "Mostly landscapes, especially sunsets." Now you can relate by saying, "I can totally connect with that. Last year I tried to capture a sunset at the beach, but honestly it looked way better in person than on my phone." And suddenly you are in a flowing conversation. The key is curiosity. People love talking about themselves and their passions. If you stay genuinely curious, you will never run out of things to say. The second secret is active listening. And I am not talking about just nodding your head and saying, uh-huh. Active listening is about making the other person feel like they are the most important person in the room. You do this by mirroring their emotions, echoing keywords, and validating their experience. If they are excited, match their energy. If they are serious, lower your tone. If they say, "I have been overwhelmed at work," you can respond with, "Overwhelmed? What has been piling up?" That shows you are paying attention. And if they share something personal, you validate with a simple "That makes sense," or "I can see why you feel that way." Why does this matter? Because most people do not actually listen. They just wait for their turn to talk. But when you listen actively, you stand out instantly. The person feels understood, valued, and connected to you. Here is a quick challenge you can try. In your next conversation, aim to talk only 30% of the time and listen 70%. You will notice that the other person opens up more, shares more, and leaves the interaction thinking, "Wow, that was such a great conversation." Even though you barely said anything, they will feel like they bonded with you. That is the power of active listening. The third secret is body language, because confidence is not just in what you say, it is in how you show up. Think about it. You could say the smartest thing in the world, but if you are slouching, looking at the ground, and fidgeting with your hands, people will not take you seriously. On the other hand, you could say something super simple, but if you deliver it with confident body language, people will lean in and pay attention. So how do you project authority without saying a word? Start with posture. Stand tall, shoulders back, feet firmly planted. Imagine a string gently pulling you upward from the top of your head. Then make eye contact, not staring but about 60 to 70% of the time while you are talking. That signals confidence and trustworthiness. Keep your gestures open. Avoid crossing your arms or hiding your hands in your pockets. Open gestures tell others you are approachable. And finally, slow down your pace. Do not rush. Confident people speak slower and pause often because they are not afraid of silence. Here is a quick hack. Before entering a room, take 2 minutes to practice a power pose. Stand with your feet wide, hands on your hips, chest open. Studies show this actually boosts confidence and makes you feel stronger. When your body communicates authority, your words will carry 10 times more weight. Now I know what you might be thinking. These tips sound great, but what if I still feel nervous? That is normal. Fear of communication usually comes from worrying too much about yourself. What if I mess up? What if they judge me? Here is the truth. People are way more focused on themselves than they are on you. If you shift your focus from how am I doing to how can I make this person feel good, the fear starts to fade. Confidence is not the absence of fear. It is the ability to move forward despite fear. So remember, use the flow formula: ask, expand, relate to create conversations that never run dry. Practice active listening, mirror, echo, validate to make people feel truly heard and valued. And master confident body language, posture, eye contact, open gestures and calm pacing to project authority before you even say a word. These 3 secrets alone can transform the way you connect with people. Do not just listen to this and move on. Pick one of these secrets and try it today. Maybe start a conversation with a coworker using the flow formula. Or practice listening 70% of the time with a friend. Or straighten your posture and hold better eye contact during your next meeting. Test it out, because confidence is built through action. If you practice these consistently, you will start noticing people respond differently to you. You will walk into rooms with more presence. You will spark conversations that flow naturally. And you will build connections that leave a lasting impact. Over time, this will transform your career, your relationships, and your confidence in every part of life. The ability to communicate with confidence is not something you are born with. It is something you build. Now you have the tools to start building it today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, keep showing up with confidence and keep connecting like a pro.